Hey, Llama here, and here we are. We're on Ark Survival Ascended. We're on the first server that I started playing on, not the one I'm doing the full playthrough on. Well, I am doing a full playthrough, but not the one I'm recording the full playthrough on. Let's put it that way. So this is the server that I started on when the game launched, and the reason why I'm on here is I'm going to do some runs through each of the artifact caves. Just give a bit of a guide and a bit of a tour, if you like, of each of the caves, what sort of equipment you'll need to do them. Now, the caves have changed slightly from Ark Survival Evolved, so there are some differences to be aware of, some areas where you can't get teams through where you used to be able to, and a couple of sort of tips and tricks that might help you navigate through the new format of caves anyway. So the reason, as I said, that I'm on the other server is that I've got more teams and more equipment, because I'm a little bit further advanced on here. I'm not quite ready for cave running just yet on the other playthrough, but we will get there. Now, as always, today we are doing the Lower South Cave. It is always the first cave I do whenever I do a run through the island. And let's just have a look at our map. There we go, and you can see here, so this is where my base is, up here at around about 76, 73, and we need to get down here to the Lower South Cave, which is around about 80, 54, there or thereabouts. And that is, if you watched my previous playthrough on preparing for Ark Survival Ascended, that is pretty much right next to where my base was, down here, around about 88, 53. So, familiar territory. It has changed a little bit, but not too much. Now, what are we going to take with us? So, you'll notice I'm wearing hide armor. So, I've got some pretty decent hide armor, to be fair. But hide armor is probably best for these sort of caves if you're going to wear armor, because if you get hit by Arthropleura spit, then it can shred your armor fairly quickly. Hide armor you can fix on the go with hide and fibre, so you can fix it while you're in the cave, which is a bit of an advantage. As a result, I'm also bringing a metal sickle with me, and so I can harvest plenty of fibre in the cave, and obviously I'll harvest hide with the tames I'm going through killing things. I've got a pick, which always take a pick when you go caving in case there's something blocking your way or entrance or exit. You want to make sure that you can remove it. Is take a pokey stick in case I get caught by surprise when I'm not on my tag. And then we've got a crossbow, which we'll grab some grapple hooks for, and we've also got pump action shotgun and some rounds. Now, I've brought stimulant, again in case you get bitten by something that's going to send you to sleep. You want to grab that fairly quickly, have it on your hotbar. And I also have a long neck rifle, which is a capped one, so it's a pretty decent rifle, and some tranq darts and some exceptional kibble, extraordinary kibble, sorry. Now, the reason why I've got that is in case we find something in the cave that we want to tame, and I'll talk about that when we get in there. Now, choice of 3 mounts to go through the cave. We could use a saber-tooth, we could use a direwolf, or we could use a baryonyx. All 3 of these will fit in this cave. I'm going to use the baryonyx. It's my all-time favourite caving creature. So we're going to take this guy, and as cryopods are not a thing yet, we're going to go the old-fashioned way, on foot all the way around, and I'll bring you back when we get a little bit closer, so I won't drag you through the entire journey. Alright, and here we go. We're coming up to this is a familiar looking spot. So this is where we built our base last time. This little area here, and this is where we had a water pan extending out here. So didn't go with that spot this time, went a little bit closer to Greenhold. This whole area has changed a little bit, but not too much, so it's a lot more open than it used to be. There's this sort of archway thing here that wasn't there before, and this was a really sort of gloomy, dark, jungle-y kind of tunnel thing, and that's really opened up. So there's nowhere near as much stuff growing here, and at the moment, which is makes it a lot easier to navigate. So just head down this path, and we should be coming up to the artifact cave on our left about now. There it is. So there's the entrance. So let's just do the map thing. There we go. So we are, yeah. Oh, we're actually, well, there you go. So that is quite a bit out. That is, maybe I'll put the artifact location in. So this is the entrance you want to be looking for, around 8554. That will give us the proper location down the bottom. That actually does say 8053. Interesting. Entrance to the cave, pretty straightforward. We can go straight in here. I have to say the one thing about the caves on Ark Survival Ascended is they look absolutely spectacular compared to Ark Survival Evolved. We can get our head out of the undergrowth. Glitching on something. Oh, that's some. Alright, okay. So, has someone got a tame here? Yeah, there's a scorpion there, which someone's left. That's someone's tame scorpion. We are now stuck on it. Awesome. That's really good. Okay, let's try and just whistle this guy away. Alright, now remember I mentioned about bringing a pick with you in case you need to free yourself or get through something? I have a feeling this might be one of those occasions. See if that helps. There we go, now he's out. Always bring a pick when you go caving. Okay, let's try not to get stuck on the scorpion. Let's instead head down. So one path down at this stage, just follow it down. It's pretty straightforward. The cave itself isn't too complicated. There are 2 loops that you can go through, and they all will bring you back here. Now, that's not a way that we can go. That is simply just a little covey thing. We want to keep to the left here and follow the path. Follow it around here. The ceilings look really low, but they're not actually that bad. Now, when we get to this next section, go under the red mushroom. And out into here. Now, in this section here, with all these red mushrooms, we have a choice. This is like a T-junction, so we can go this direction, or we can go in this direction. Now, we're going to go left. That's where the artifact is, so we're going to go and get the artifact first, and then we'll come back and do the other side afterwards. Okay, so we'll just follow this down into here. This sort of opens up into this bigger area. And again, you've got the choice of 2 directions, but one of these is like a drop-off point here, and there's another way of getting down there, so we don't have to worry about jumping off down there. Also worth noting that around about where I'm standing at the moment, a loot crate spawns. It's obviously not here at the moment. You generally find 3 loot crates in this cave. They're all green. And so in Ark Survival Evolved talk, they would be terrible loot. They're actually not bad. The loot in Ark Survival Ascended is significantly better. Now, whether that's an error and they'll patch it at some stage remains to be seen. But at this stage, the loot is pretty good. So anyway, follow that path around. And this brings us... You can see there's also metal rocks here as well. This brings us into this area here. And we just keep going Got there some spiders. Let's get rid of those, because we don't want to leave things behind us. Oh, it's like we're lagging out. Nice. Hey, there we go. Alright. We have an event coloured spider there, so we're doing this, I'm recording this, the Turkey Trials test event is running at the moment. So we might see some event coloured things as we go through the cave. So now we're in this section. You may remember that drop off point I mentioned. That's up there. That's where we were before. Nothing interesting in that direction. And over here is the crouch point to get to the artifact. So once upon a time you would have to crouch down like this, shotgun in hand, and head in there to kill any spiders that might await you and grab the artifact. There are two entrances to the artifact chamber. This is one of them. The second one was also a crouch point that you had to crawl through in Ark Survival Evolved. In Ark Survival Ascended, they've actually opened that one up. So that entrance, you can actually walk your baryonyx in. So you don't even have to get off your tame. You do obviously to pick the artifact up, but you can go in there, make sure there's nothing waiting in the cave for you, clear it all out, grab the artifact and be off. Now you'll also notice that we're coming across hardly anything in this cave. Now this cave is normally full of spiders, snakes, arthros, scorpions. You don't get bats in this cave, but all the other stuff you get. For some reason they are not spawning at the moment now, which is a bit odd. I mean, we're on an official server. This isn't a private server or a single player game. They just a few things spawn, but just nothing too serious. And here we go. This is the artifact of the hunter. As you can see, we can walk straight in there. If there was anything waiting in here for us, we could easily kill it with the baryonyx and then grab the artifact. Nice. Right, that's the artifact sorted. Now head back out the way we came. Through this tunnel. One way in, one way out. I'm gonna go back through here. And I'm going to show you another spot, actually, a better view of it from this side. So if you look down there, you can see there is a green loot crate down there. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm just going to look at the back of my baryonyx head. Yeah, so there's a green loot crate down there, and there's an explorer note. Now, there are sarcos spawn in the water here, so I'm not going to try and go this way, but there is another path that takes us around there anyway, going in the other direction that we did not choose before. So we're going to head back up here, and we're going to go this way, and this takes us now, here's our T-junction that we were at before. So if we were to go that way, we'd be heading back out of the cave, and instead we are going to go this direction, is the way that we didn't choose the first time. And here we go. Right, next section. This is another open area. We've got some spiders in here. Get rid of those. Another event coloured one. More lag. Okay. There we go. So now this section, there is an explorer note over here. I've already got it, so find that there. I can hear something else, a scorpion. There we go. Get rid of him. And we have a green loot crate. So this is one of the 3 loot crates that will spawn in this cave. Let's see what we got. You can see there, look, much better quality gear. I mean, it's only a torch, and let's not mention the cloth boots, but it's an Ascendant torch. Now, I remember looking for Ascendant torches, I think on Ragnarok, where doing caves and your torches would run out. So, you know, not bad gear, to be honest. Now, we head down here. Keep going through. Oh, that's the other thing I should have mentioned, and I should have actually brought something to tame these guys with. Now, this is worth talking about, actually. So, the dung beetles on Ark Survival Ascended are absolutely overpowered. So, they will now pick up your dinosaur's poop. So they will automatically pick it up, they will automatically convert it into fertilizer, and they will automatically convert it into oil. So you leave one of these guys sitting in wherever you've got your dinos, wherever your storage is or whatever, and they will just absolutely slot cap themselves with fertilizer. Never have to worry about making fertilizer again. It will do it all for you. And the amount of fertilizer you get from one dung beetle is just phenomenal. So no need to have more than one. You only need one. And obviously taming them, you just need to feed it with poo, which I did not bring any with me, unfortunately. We could have tamed one today. I wish I'd thought of that. But the caves are the only place you'll find them. So on the island map, you don't find them anywhere but in caves. And this is by far the easiest cave to tame them in. So worth keeping in mind. If you're coming down through here, bring yourself some poo and tame yourself one up. All right, let's keep going. Now, the other thing that I was going to tame and I was going to look for while I was in here was Megalania. Here's our second loot crate. So remember I mentioned 3. This is number 2. Another green crate. Let's see what we get in this one. And again, look, see, Ascendant hide blueprint. Ascendant Equus saddle blueprint for a horse. And some stimberries. Okay, bit random. So at the beginning of the video I mentioned I'm wearing Ascendant hide armor, and you can see how easy this stuff is to get. So there we go. That's cap 99.2 is as high as it goes for hide armor. That is the maximum level. And now I've just got a blueprint for a hat. So it is out of a green drop in the easiest cave in the game. Not hard at all. Anyway, where was I? So we're also, at the same time we're coming through, keeping an eye out up on the ceiling to see if we can spot a Megalania. Because they do spawn in these caves, although it's been some time since I've seen one in this cave. As I said, I think the spawns are a little bit broken here. But they do spawn in here, and an ideal place to, well, tame them or kill them. So you want to get the Megalania toxin. But to be honest, rather than kill them and gather the toxin, the better option is actually to tame them and breed them. Because, oh, here we go, we've got a spider, this guy, there's another dung beetle. Yeah, so the option to tame them is better, because when you breed them, when the baby, the egg hatches, so they lay eggs, when the egg hatches, the baby will actually have 2 toxin in its inventory that you can take. And then basically, if you can get yourself a breeding pair of Megalania, then you have unlimited access to toxin. And that Megalania toxin is what you need for the monkey fight, for the beta or the alpha monkey fight, boss fight. And that is the best fight if you're looking to farm element. So here we go. Here we are back at, this is down at this section. So we were standing up there on top of that rock looking down. And this is our other loot crate. And as I mentioned before, there's also another explorer note there. So let's have a look and see what we got this time. All right. Yeah, a 298 stone pick blueprint, and a max level 124 scorpion saddle. So, not super useful, to be fair, but still, for a green loot crate in an easy cave, that is pretty decent loot. Alright, let's head back the way we came. So I'm going to go back, and so that's the direction we came from. This time we're going to head up here. As I said, both those paths go in a loop, so this one loops us up around here, to keep an eye out to see if we can spot any Megalania. Very useful if we can find one. I'm not overly hopeful. I'd love to catch one while we're recording, but I think, like I said, it's been some time since I've seen one in here because the spawns in this cave do seem to be broken. Alright, there we go. So we're back into this area where that explorer note was, and to get back out of the cave we head back up here. And that is it. I mean, that is the entire cave. So those two branches. Now we come back out here to our T-junction, and this time we want to go up to get out. We go up the hill, and this will take us straight past our friendly scorpion that we got stuck on, and back out the cave at the entrance. So unfortunately we didn't find Megalania. I might do some taming videos as well at some stage. So if we do a taming video on a Megalania, I'm almost certainly going to be trying to get that inside a cave, because they again only spawn in caves on the island, much like the dung beetle. Alright, here we go. There's our scorpion friend. Here is the... Oh no, it's not. False alarm. That was the entrance. Here is the entrance. Yeah. And we are... Oh, a bit of lag as the cave exits. And there we go. So, that is the lower south cave. That is the artifact of the hunter. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe drop us a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm planning to do all of the caves in a similar way, so just give you a bit of a tour of the cave, bit of an idea where the loot crates are, where the loot crates spawn, and the things like explorer notes and so on, and anything that may have changed between Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival Ascended. I'll try and point out along the way as well. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. I'm Llama, and I'm out of here.